Ladies and gentlemen, people of all ages, let me declare that this film of Spider-Man is indeed a Spider-Man film. This is how a superhero film should be, and we're going to jump into that in a little bit without giving too much away too soon. So in this video, I will be sharing my thoughts on this movie, the box office expectations, and recent updates with what is to come for the box office performance. Emotions have been running wild in my head, and I can't wait to share what I saw. Let me know in the comments if y'all did see this movie. What are your thoughts? Did you like it? Did you not? Tell me what's going on. Be sure to hit those like, subscribe, and notification bell buttons to stay up to date on this channel's weekly videos. And with that said, let's talk. What is good, true believers? Ayo here of 4BZ Entertainment News and Gaming, here with my review of Spider-Man Brand New Day. I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting to see this movie on opening weekend, let alone yesterday, but here we are with this video. So, after the epic conclusion of the last film, Spider-Man No Way Home, I, like so many fans, were asking the question about how will Peter Parker live his life without the people that care about him, and how does the character evolve because he is living in a world alone? And who is the bad guy of this film? Because of those questions that plagued our minds ever since No Way Home, Deadline has confirmed as of earlier today that this movie is set in an all-time first-day high at 168 million domestically, and with a worldwide total of 357 million, which is on course to beat Avengers Endgame. Once again, according to Deadline. Mind you, yes, there are some considerations to 2019's Thursday night preview for Avengers Endgame. We're a little bit later, or a lot bit later in the evening compared to this Thursday a few days ago at the time of this recording, where the preview started right at noon. Deadline further states that if Brand New Day surpasses $105 million, which is quite the strong possibility, that it has a better shot to beat Avengers Endgame opening weekend record. Needless to say, this movie is a monster right out of the gate, which of course I'm not at the least bit surprised, but living it is another thing. Like, my goodness, this is huge. But enough about the numbers, and let's get down to the doggone review. As with every movie I'm interested in seeing, I do my best not to look into it too much before watching it. Minor exception for Avengers Doomsday. I'll explain that in a later video. Just give me the basic premise of the plot, some of the characters, and that's that. And let me tell you, this film did not disappoint at all. At least for me, it did not disappoint me at all. What really stood out to me was the film's pacing and how it manages the many characters in a meaningful way that helps to weave into the greater plot. The movie also has a few slowdown parts that really drive the feeling that this is a more of a grounded, street-level story that is also a very personal one for Spider-Man. What also stands out to me is the relationship between Spider-Man and Frank Castle, aka The Punisher, played by the awesome Jon Bernthal. Both actors, him and Tom Holland, had strong chemistry and played off from each other as a dysfunctional set of brothers in a comedic but heart-tugging way. One of the main themes that stuck with me in this movie is that in life, always remember who is in your corner, and that no matter how hard or lonely life may be, just know that you are not alone and that there is somebody that is willing to be there for you in those hard times. I see that with how MJ, played by Zendaya, that even though there are circumstances that are present, she genuinely cares for Spidey, and she as a character has evolved into a more mature person in this film. Plus, between her and Spider-Man, there is a romantic tension and build-up, which also is a plus for yours truly. Other supporting characters, especially Hulk, were superb. There were some parts of the plot I noticed if you are a hardcore fan of Marvel, you would see a mile away. The many nods to older Spider-Man films were very neat, and you can tell this movie was made with the care and love for Spidey, which reminds me about the action. When I tell you this film brings the action, oh my goodness, they bring it, especially with the fight choreography throughout. And mind you, I loved it when Spider-Man was going up against the Hand in this movie. Usually the Hand is pretty much, they fight Daredevil, but in this case, Spider-Man fighting ninjas. oh my goodness, I felt like I was a little kid again. The movie's director, Dustin Yuri Daniel, also did Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. With the amount of love and care that was put into the making of this film, I personally think that they did a much better job in this film compared to last year's Superman.
Check it out, dude. I'm Spider-Man.
And because of that, this is a perfect example as to why Superman, at least for me, last year's Superman movie did not work, because I didn't feel that care. I didn't feel that love. And that's my take on it, because Spider-Man was the main hero in this film and no one else took that spot away from him. There was no outright disrespect towards Spidey by having another character calling him degrading insults like they did in Superman 2025. These characters stood the test of time, and if the type of people who don't fully respect these characters, these heroes, the film will suffer a quick obscurity in a short amount of time. Now, I won't go into spoilers in this video, but I will say the bad guy in this film was interesting to say the least, and Hulk did not disappoint at all. And his look was chef's kiss with his aesthetic and his stature and muscles. They were perfect. But just go and see this movie while you can, because with the internet you will be spoiled. If not now, then soon. So get those tickets.
Get going!
So with that said, everyone, thank you for making it to the end of this video. I definitely want to see this movie again to further dissect it and discuss it soon. Thank you once again for your time, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.